Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be your enemies are confused. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, your enemies are confused. Okay? I need y'all to realize something. When you begin to be a bit more reserved, right? When you begin to stop putting family, friends, co-workers, those who you are associated with in your business, people gonna start looking at you like you being Mr. Funky, okay? People gonna start looking at you like you being Miss Stanky, right? But I need y'all to realize something. This is all a part of the change. This is all a part of the growth, all right? And this is what people don't like. They can't stand it, y'all. But I need y'all to realize something. You're not keeping them in your business, and that is okay. You're not keeping them updated, and that is okay. We got to keep our enemies confused because they are only trying to come to your foundation, your kingdom, your home, and inside of your peace, okay? And inside your peace, just to destroy it, just to infiltrate it. Okay, listen, y'all. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm protecting my peace. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I'm protecting my peace. Family, people will try to make you feel bad for protecting your peace. People will try to make you feel bad for protecting your energy. They're going to try these things, y'all, because it is all a form of manipulation. All right. It's all a form of manipulation. And so with that being said, y'all, you got to be aware of that. Now, let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty, y'all. Before we get to the nitty gritty, family, small announcement, y'all. I apologize for the late upload. Okay, I've been out here trying to find somewhere to stay. All right, I know I told y'all I had found that other apartment. I told y'all I found that other space, but I'm just not rocking with it, y'all. Okay, when I do this tour for y'all, when I do this new apartment vlog, listen, y'all. I want y'all to be like, ooh, my boy done came up. I want y'all to see it. And so with that being said, I think I found the one, y'all. I think I found the one. So I'm going to keep y'all updated with that. But that's why your boy spiffy right now, okay? That's why I'm spiffy. But with that being said, y'all know y'all the family, so I got to keep y'all updated with what's going on. But after that, y'all, just getting back to it, keep the enemies confused because they are not deserving to know what plans that God has for us, where we are about to go, and what we are about to do with our lives. Make sense, y'all? But with that being said, I have a scripture right here, y'all, and I want to start this off because this right here is something that you definitely should know, and myself as well. Psalm 55, 9 through 11. Once again, y'all, Psalm 55, 9 through 11. It says this right here, y'all. It says, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues. For I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go around it on its walls. Iniquity and trouble are also in the midst of it. Destruction is in its midst. Oppression and deceit do not depart from its streets. Family, again, our enemies are supposed to be confused because once again, y'all, they're not coming to give us joy. They're coming to kill, steal, and destroy. Why? Because most time, y'all, your enemies are not actually the devil. They're being used by the devil. They're not actually his demons. They're being possessed or used by a demon. You follow what I'm saying, y'all? And so with that being said, this is why your enemies got to be confused. They need to be confused, and we gonna keep them confused, all right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, confuse your enemies. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say confuse your enemies. But with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get directly into it. Number one is going to be this, family, the subtle switch up. All right? This is why your enemies are confused, because of the subtle switch up. Family, when you tell friends, co-workers, associates, whatever the case is, that, hey, I'm about to move. Hey, I'm about to get married. Hey, I'm about to do this, whatever the case is, you are now putting them in position to be prepared, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say leave them clueless. See, you got to leave your enemies clueless. You got to leave them wanting more. More what? Information, details, right? You got to leave them wanting more. More what? More of your business, more of what you have going on, more of your plans that came from the Most High, right? Because when people begin to know exactly how you're moving, what the plans is, you already know what they're about to do. What's that, Reno? Intercept the ball. When you see football players throwing with the quarterback throw the football, and that DB, that defensive back, get inside that backfield or whatever the case is, and he intercept, he take it back to the house, that means that the plan was diluted by the enemy. The plan was diluted by the enemy. Reno, what are you saying right now? See, you gotta embrace that subtle switch up. People feel obligated to know what you're doing, how you're doing it. They feel entitled to know these things, especially family, right? Especially family. So with that being said, y'all, it's that subtle switch up. They're so used to you giving them a heads up, right? They're so used to you telling them everything. You know, at one point, y'all, it's almost like you just found yourself talking because maybe they was dry, you know, or maybe they just wasn't seeming as if they was engaging into the conversation, right? But now it's almost like they're pissed off because you're not even giving them anything more than what they should get, such as how you doing in terms of, I'm doing good today, I ate today, I'm okay, I'm healthy. No, they want you to talk about you and Roger. They want you to talk about you and Shawanda. They want you to talk about what happened at the school. They want you to talk about that juicy information. But it's not for them, okay? Because your enemies only come to kill, steal, and destroy, so you must keep them confused. They shouldn't know what angle to come and use against you, right? Which is going to lead me to my next one, y'all. Number 2, that is, you are now conservative, all right? This right here is a big deal. You are now conservative, all right? And so what that simply means is, I'm going to go back to the phone conversation analogy. Whenever you are on the phone with somebody, right, when they are talking to you, you are talking back, but you're not over talking, okay? You are, inputting on the conversation, but you're not overcompensating. You're not oversharing. Okay, you be on the phone, they be talking, hey, yeah, so what's going on? How life treating you? Yeah, my dog died. Oh, yeah, I got fired from my job too. And on top of that, Tommy and Keisha ain't got no job. Man, I'm trying to tell you, I got me a raise from $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month. Oh, they cut my pay from $10,000, now I'm making $4,000. Follow what I'm saying, y'all? I mean, we just start oversharing because we feel as if they want to know more. Like, they just sit back and listen. Anybody who sit back and listen, and after you get off the phone with them, it's almost like you feel robbed and you feel like you gave them more than what they deserved and more than what they gave you. Family, you was talking to the enemy. You was talking to a person who was plotting. You was talking to a person who was counting your pockets, counting your misfortunes, counting your calamities, counting everything that you told them. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So now you are conservative. Your enemies are confused. They don't know which way to come at you, right? They don't know what to say. They don't know how to say it because you are now conservative, okay? And so most time, y'all, when you see people who are conservative, they are looked at as a mystery. They are looked at as a hard problem to solve. They are looked at as the difficult one. Okay, they are looked at as the, just like the hardball, the oddball of the family, the oddball of the job, right? Now, don't talk to her or don't talk to him. He difficult to deal with. People call you difficult and complicated when you don't allow them to control you or manipulate you, right? People call you difficult and manipulate. Well, difficult and complicated when you are not oversharing your business and overcompensating. Okay, listen, y'all. If a person feel like you are fake, feel like you ain't real, feel like, you acting uppity just because you don't share your business like you used to, Number one, they don't want you to change. Number two, they can't stand your growth. And number three, you gotta cut them off, y'all. I'm sorry. Unless they can get with the program. Okay? Somebody drop in the comments and say, get with the program. All right? But if they are enemy and if they are being used by the enemy, let the enemy and his henchmen stay out there, right? We're going to keep them at bay. But anyway, family, let's go ahead and get to the next one, which is number 3, and that is you are unapologetically you, all right? You are unapologetically you. Let me give y'all an example. Let's just say you walking through a crowd of people. I'm talking about like a big crowd of people because, you know, it's something bound is to happen when you walking through a big crowd of people. You may step on somebody's shoe, you may bump somebody's shoulder, whatever the case is. But hypothetically speaking, let's just say you bump somebody the wrong way, and then, you know, you like, hey, excuse me, I apologize about that. Well, a person who is unapologetically them, they're gonna leave it at that, and they're not gonna be saying, oh, I'm so sorry, my bad. Well, we're in a club, okay? I'm not saying go to the club, but I'm just saying an example. We're in a club, we're in an event, okay? I'm not finna sit here and, oh my God, I'm sorry, man. It's 1,000 people out here. What do you expect? Okay, so sticking to the point, y'all, when you are unapologetically you, people almost want you to apologize for having a light. People want you to apologize for being successful. People want you to apologize for having ambition or having aspirations, you know, or even achieving your goals. It's like they want you to apologize for the person that God has called you to be. If I don't got to apologize to God, then I am not going to apologize to you. For what? For what? And so with that being said, y'all, listen, your enemies must be confused. Keep them confused. See, the problem is they are so used to you acting like a person that you're not. People know when you're not being authentic. People know when you're not being your real self. They know these things. This is why they press you. This is why they approach you. Why are you acting like that? That ain't you. And so once you train yourself to be something, because here's the thing, y'all. All professionals had to be delusional at some point. All successful people had to be delusional at some point. So you have destructive, delusional, and you have productive delusional. I just made this up, but the definitions are true, okay? When you are productive delusional, it means that you are putting yourself in position to become what it is that you are not currently, all right? Destructive delusional is when you know that that thing that you're trying to be or achieve is impossible totally, then that's destructive delusional because you're setting yourself up for failure. So what I'm saying is that if you want to be a football player, you got to be delusional to an extent. People in middle school didn't wake up being in the NFL. They had to be delusional thinking that they can get to the NFL, thinking that they can make it to the Arena Football League, or even thinking they can make it to the CFL, the Canadian Football League, right? So what I'm saying is, y'all, even if you feel deep down in your heart that, man, Reno, I'm still trying to figure out how to have a backbone. I'm still trying to figure out how to stand up for myself, right? Whatever the case is, understand that you have to believe that you are that confident person. Believe that you are that strong person before you even become that, right? So you can't actually become that. You follow what I'm saying, y'all? So again, when you are being unapologetically yourself, you're gonna confuse your enemies. Can y'all imagine, Michael Jackson, the world being mad at Michael Jackson for being himself? Right? The world being mad at Mike Tyson for being himself. I mean, the list goes on. The point is, y'all, you can't allow people to be mad at you just for dimming your light, right? Like, I'm not going to allow people to make me dim my light. I'll give y'all this and then we'll move forward. But, since I've been on television, since I've, accrued these massive amounts of followers and stuff like that, I believe I've been a humble person. I believe that I've still been the same, right? I'm for the people, and I always tell people I am for the people. But you're gonna have people in your life, family, friends, whoever, people who are the closest to you, most time this is the problem. They're gonna try to tell you, like me, you're arrogant. You have changed, right? You think you all that, or whatever the case is. But in actuality, I don't think I'm all that. In actuality, I feel like I'm still humble, right? I'm not arrogant. The point of what I'm saying is, just because I'm not arrogant doesn't mean that I should not be me unapologetically. Oh, I'm so sorry for being Reno Speaks Riches. Oh, I'm so sorry for being John Hancock, right? Whatever the case is. But I am not about to apologize to nobody for being the person that God has called me to be. And so that goes right back to yourselves, family. Your enemies are confused because they trying to figure out in their pea brains, why is it that you can be you unapologetically and feel no way? It's because I follow my calling. Family, a lot of people didn't know why Moses was doing the things that he was doing. His own cousin tried to come up against him. His own cousin tried to come up against him. Are y'all following what I'm saying? So, this is something that is natural and it always will happen to us chosen ones. But you got to realize something, y'all. It is okay to be you unapologetically because they're going to talk about you regardless. They're going to hate you regardless. They're going to have all the things in the world to say about you regardless. So you might as well go ahead and do you, y'all, because they're going to talk about you good or bad. It is what it is, okay? But anyway, moving on to the next one, family, is going to be number 4. And that is, they can't figure you out, okay? They can't figure you out. Now, I done said this, y'all, 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it for the 1,001st time, or the 1,001st time. Family, if they don't have a story about you, they will make one, okay? And that kind of goes back to what I was telling you, y'all, about what people are saying about me. They're trying to tell me I'm arrogant. Some people are trying to tell me that, just all type of awful things. And although it's not calling me a rapist or anything like that, it's still terrible to me because I care about my character, right? If I'm not arrogant, don't call me arrogant, okay? If I'm not a bad person, don't call me a bad person. But the point is, they can't figure you out, so they're going to try to pin something on you, all right? They're going to try to paint you out to be the bad person just because they can't figure you out. And the reason why they can't figure you out is because they haven't been around you, all right? When they call you, you don't give them much, okay? You don't come around because you separate yourself from the foolery. You separate yourself from negativity. It is okay to separate yourself. Somebody drop in the comments and say, separate yourself to elevate yourself. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, separate yourself to elevate yourself. All right? So, to whomever dislike who you have become or who you are becoming, they're not supposed to be around you anyway. Because they're only trying to dim your light. And as we all know, we ain't having that, okay? We ain't having that. But anyway, y'all, moving on to the next one, family, is going to be this right here, y'all. Number 5. And also, y'all, let me just say this too. I want to add this too before I get to number 5. Family, people get mad. They want to call you arrogant. They want to make a story up about you, when in actuality it's all about entitlement and obligation, right? Yeah, but here's the thing, y'all. People tend to be obligated and entitled to your success, to your money, to your job, if you got a good one, to your career, to anything that you are benefiting from. But don't nobody want to take an obligation and an entitlement to that pain that you was feeling, right? That affliction that you were feeling. When I was going through my divorce, y'all, didn't nobody want to have an entitlement with that. Nobody wanted to have an obligation to that. Nobody was obligated to feeling that pain and feeling homeless. But now you're obligated to this, what I got going on now. Okay, so I just want to add that to it, family. When people can't figure you out, they will, try to pin things on you and paint you out to be a terrible person, okay? But anyway, y'all, getting back to number 5, you rewarded them with kindness, okay? Number 5, y'all, you rewarded them with kindness, okay? Here's the thing, y'all. In the scriptures, it speaks about how you are supposed to lend to your enemies, give to your enemies, right? Without looking for anything in return. okay, without looking for anything in return. I'm gonna give y'all this story right here. Y'all here lately when I gave away. Well, I didn't tell y'all this, so I'm telling y'all right now. When I had to stop eating red meat, okay, I gave it away. I had like $150 worth of food that I just straight up gave away. I was gonna give it to a food bank, but I just gave it away, y'all. Right? Just gave it away. But when I gave that food away, I gave it away to people who clearly was talking about me in a bad way. Clearly saying things about me, in a terrible way, not the most honorable way. And you would think that, oh, Reno, you gave them food, so they should be cool with you, right? Well, sometimes, y'all, you don't see who a person truly is until after they reveal themselves, okay? But the way I look at that is just like it said in that scripture. I can't remember, y'all, if it was Matthew. I should have wrote that down. I can't remember if it was Matthew or Proverbs. I want to say it was Matthew. But the point of what the scripture was saying is lend to your enemies. Give to your enemies, right? Although, they are evil and they're doing wrongdoings, don't look for anything in return. And when I gave that food, y'all, away, I wasn't looking for anything in return. I didn't care. I gave it away, number one, because it wasn't good for my health. But number two, I gave it away also because I didn't see who they were before. But what I'm saying is, once I figured it out, I still didn't get mad. Why? Because it's telling you, give to your enemies, lend to them. Don't look for anything in return. God is going to deal with them. It is not for me, it is not for you to deal with your enemies and to deal with my enemies. It's not. We don't return evil for evil. We reward them with kindness, and God is going to do all the dirty work. Okay? And so that's just a little small story, y'all. It's real. So if you felt like, man, I knew I shouldn't have gave him that $20, $40. I knew I shouldn't have gave him a ride. Look at him acting like a little snake. Look at him. No, don't worry about that. Okay? I'm not saying to allow them to use you, but sometimes, y'all, people can get over. They can. People can get over. But did they really? That's the thing. Did they really? And so that's the way I looked at it. Go ahead, y'all have it. That's fine. Lend to your enemies. Okay? Give to them. Don't look for anything in return. Just know you're going to get your blessing and they going to get their karma. All right? I rest my case, y'all. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and conclude with this video. And then, but before we do that, we got to recap. So your enemies are confused right now. Number one, the first reason, the subtle switch up, right? You ain't giving nobody no warning. You just went ahead and switched up the energy, switched up the vibe, okay? Number two, you are now conservative, which means you are no longer overcompensating and you are no longer oversharing. All right. Number three, you are just being you unapologetically. Okay. You are unapologetically you. All right. Unapologetically you. I had to say it 3 times, y'all, because it got a little ring to it. But the point is, you're not saying sorry for being your greatest version of yourself. You're not apologizing to people for your thoughts, your beliefs, okay, the things that you stand strong in, right? The things that you are steadfast in. You're not saying sorry for that. So what? I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to offend you, but this is when you can step away from me, right? Number 4, they can't figure you out. If they don't have a story, they will make one. And number 5, y'all, you rewarded them with kindness. All right, let me say it once again, y'all. You rewarded them with kindness. We don't return evil for evil. Need I say less? All right. But anyway, let's go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Y'all already know how we do. If you would like to purchase any one of my books, enroll into my social influence course, book a one-on-one session with me, or get any one of those Yes Sir t-shirts, you can do so by clicking the link inside my description. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments, social influence. If you want to build up your social influence, click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.